So lastly, for this short session on opening remarks, my director, Michael Hailu, is director of CTA, so the joint organization within the ACP and EU dealing with agriculture and rural development since 2010. Based in Holland, you know that we are based in Wageningen in the Netherlands. We have a small office here, but Mr. Hailu comes from headquarters, Wageningen. And previously, before joining CTA, he worked extensively across the CGIAR system, notably ECRAF and C4, just before joining us. So thank you very much, Mr. Hailu, for being with us today.
Thank you very much, Isolina, and good morning, everyone. I'm going to be very short because I think most of the settings have been already made by Vivano and Bernard. CTA organized, again, as part of these briefings in 2013 on resilience. So that's really very much related. It's actually a continuation of that discussion that we're having today. So in the context of SDGs, of course, the issue of fragility is extremely important, given that a large number of poor people, extremely poor people, live in fragile states, and also about 70% of those affected are women and children. So in terms of achieving the SDGs, this is a critical issue that we have to talk about. And I think the focus should be on how do we build resilience. And when you look at from the perspective of agriculture, sustainable agriculture, and the climate challenges and so on, many of these issues are very much interrelated. So through our work, we try to introduce, for example, climate-smart solutions, innovations in ICT digitalization that enable farmers and the agricultural community to respond to crisis and actually prepare before crisis. So there are lots of interventions, and all of these are very much interrelated. So our work from CTS perspective is very much on the long-term sustainability, building the knowledge base, facilitating exchange of knowledge and experiences so that we build sustainable agriculture. Again, also looking at opportunities for young people, in terms of creating jobs and livelihoods in the agricultural value chains. So we very much look forward to the discussion today, and I think the key is also how do we make sure that some of these lessons can be shared, not only countries that are fragile, but many countries, as you know, are at different stages. Some even, unfortunately, moving in that direction, into being in a more insecure environment. So I think it's really important to draw the lessons and be able to share this through policy frameworks for action. So again, thank you very much. I really like to thank our speakers who will be looking at the theoretical framework, but also bringing in the lessons from each of these countries. And this is the model that we use in the Brussels briefings, is to get a global overview of the issues, the lessons from studies and the research, but also to backstop that with very specific examples from the various countries. So today's discussion will follow the same pattern. So in the first part, we'll hear about the theoretical framework and some of the global lessons, and then we'll go into specifics in the second session. So we look forward to a lively discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So Bernard, I think you have been assigned the task to chair panel 1. Thank you very much. Thank you in advance.